Hi, everybody. Dorothy here, professional astrologer. You can find me on the web, nhastrologer.com. And this forecast is written out on my website. So go join up and get on my email list, and I will send it to you once a week. I'm not a massive marketer, so you just get what you ask for, a newsletter and announcements. So today I want to talk about the week of October 5th and a few of the aspects that are in it. And they're important ones. So Monday, we start off with the moon in Taurus, very earthy, very grounded. I'm okay with this. This is a great way to start the week. But the moon enters Gemini, so that would be all of Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Thursday. The moon in Gemini, and we're going to talk about that because that's about talking our emotions out and just really being very vocal for 2.5 days. And that's how we process that. But in that time period, we also have Mercury in Scorpio opposite Uranus, and that happens on the 7th, Wednesday the 7th, 4:55 p.m. Eastern time. But the exact opposition is when it peaks. The point is, it's like we're going to be feeling this all week anyway. So I'm telling you, throughout the whole week, and even once I even post this recording, we're going to start feeling it. So what is this? Mercury in Scorpio. By the time we get to the 7th, Mercury will be in that sign for 10 days. Mercury is how we communicate and gather information. And that Scorpio is very much into research and digging up deep dirt or deep unconscious things coming to the surface. And if we don't work, here's something that's really important with this opposition. We have an opportunity to break out of old habits and old patterns, right? Again, those deep psychological patterns, that unconscious behavior that keeps controlling us and controlling how we react to things. This is an opportunity between now and December, while Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio and makes its opposition to Uranus 3 times. We'll talk about it each time it happens. The first hit is October 7th. So on a personal level, you and I have an opportunity to work on something that's unconscious and bring it to the surface. That Scorpio energy is ready for this, so ready for this. This is a very positive way to use this, even though those unconscious things sometimes are hard to work through. We have what we need to work through it. The opposition to Uranus gives us that opportunity for something new, to break into new territory, to become more enlightened in regards to something that is very deep and unconscious in you and me. We see it in the world around us, all of these things that are coming to the surface. 2020 has just been the biggest. It's just done it. I almost swore. It's just been there. We all know. And so a lot's coming to the surface, and that's going to continue in the political world, in the field. All of that's going to continue. So what do you want to do with this, and how do you want to use this for yourself? Something that's very, very important, and a very important question to ask yourself. So with Mercury opposite Uranus, we can come up with some incredible, innovative, new ways to work through things and to, heal ourselves, but also get into things that are much more creative. All right. So I could probably share these charts with you, but that's okay. The next thing I want to bring up is on the October 9th, and this is the second connection between Mars and Pluto, right? It's a square. Mars in Aries is now retrograde, all right? And Pluto is direct as of this point, right? Because Pluto goes direct on the day I'm recording this, I think. No, it's a couple days after. Yeah, Pluto goes direct on Sunday the 4th. And so by the time we get to October 9th, Pluto's still sitting still. He doesn't go very far in a year. He doesn't barely move 3 degrees. So October 9th, Friday the 9th, Mars squares Pluto. Mars in Aries is retrograde. So that's very internalized. This square happens 3 times. It was August 13th was the first one at 22 degrees of Capricorn. It's October 9th. 22 degrees of Capricorn, and again on December 23rd, same degree. It's just amazing that in a whole year, because of Pluto and when they're connecting, Pluto's not even moving. So look at 22 degrees in your chart. That is going to be incredibly significant, especially if you have something at the cardinal signs at 22 degrees. That means you're getting a square in opposition from these guys. What does it mean in the sky, and what it means for us is just, there is, it's incredibly difficult. We're seeing it. We're seeing it in the world around us. It can cause, it can be dangerous. It can be very threatening. It can feel like rage and, just uncontrollable anger and stress. And that is because there's just so much going on under the surface. Pluto, right? There's so much going on that's been, starting to change this whole year, especially with Mars squaring Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter off and on throughout the whole year, the second half of this year. It is very intense and very deep. And so to take the Scorpio energy with Mercury in that sign, right? And the ruler and co-ruler of Scorpio is Mars and Pluto. This is an opportunity for all of us to really go very deep and to work through some things that are uncomfortable for us. We see it as a nation and as humanity, but pull it back to just you, because you can only do so much for yourself or for the world. We always have to start here. So pull it back to you and just see what choices can you make now that will help you to step out of very old, possibly unhealthy connections and relationships and situations, and how from your personal place, because that, again, Mars in Aries is about what I need, and and then the Capricorn energy of Pluto, where he is about what that foundation is. And that square energy can create so much stress that something has to give. And this is the second connection between the two, like I already said. So look back to August 13th. What was coming up? What were you working on then? And now October 9th, we have similar energies, except one's retrograde and one isn't, compared to last time. So we have this opportunity to really connect here and go deep into our own psyche, into our own unconscious, and bring things to the surface that we want to work through and on. Okay. It's really psychological. I'm going to talk about this and the other aspect I just mentioned more in depth on my Patreon, in my Patreon community. So come and join me there. And I do that live call on Mondays. So there's more information in the Patreon community. I'll put the link below. And also, don't forget, in the written forecast on my website, I have a little more information about this as well. I always add more in the different areas, just so some people like to read, they'll read more. Some people like watch these, they'll hear different things here than you see in the written forecast, just because stuff comes to me when I'm talking out loud. When I write what comes through and what I know the astrology is saying. And then when I talk a little while later, after I've written the forecast and got my thoughts together, more information comes through. So it's all a little bit different. So watch all of the formats for getting this information to you. Now we end the week. Let's end the week. I don't want to end it with Mars square Pluto, because again, that's going to be definitely some intense times. And again, we all have the opportunity to decide how we want to use this, all right, in a very productive way. Does it cause stress? Absolutely. Will we feel it? There's no doubt, unless you're living in a closet with no internet. But I want to finish off. How about Saturday the 10th? Saturday the 10th, Venus in Virgo. Let's pay attention to some details. Trining Uranus in Taurus, Earth, grounded. Let's feel comfortable. Let's feel confident. Let's feel safe. Let's put things in together. We're coming to winter, and who knows what that will bring. It's important that we have our ducks in a row. And so, because again, we don't know what the fall and the winter is going to be like here in the Northern Hemisphere. So use this aspect between Venus and Uranus on Sunday and start putting things into place that makes you feel comforted, especially as we're moving further and further into this year. All right. So be safe, be well, and please comment, like, and share, and please come join me here. Blessings. Namaste.